Tell me one thing. Who does not want to be good looking? If you say no, then it's fine. It's 2025. We are allowed to have different opinions. But I think everybody knows that our hair has a very important role in how we look. For example, you can grab an average looking guy and give him a perfect haircut according to his facial structure and everything. That guy will look handsome. But here's the thing, here's the fact. Humans are greedy and they always want something more. Okay? And I don't know what you guys think. I know I'm pretty good looking. I don't want your opinions here. But here's the thing. I'm also human. So I'm greedy. I'm mean. I'm selfish. Okay? So I wasn't just happy with being good looking. Okay? I wanted to be handsome. Good looking, handsome. So, few months ago I had this haircut and I decided to change it. Okay? Arguably the biggest mistake of my life. So, usually I go to small salons. And the thing about small salons is that you don't go there to get a new haircut. No, 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 no. You go there and pray to God that they will not ruin your present haircut. But this time, I went to a fancy salon. Okay, fancy. I saw those fancy decors, fancy machines, stools, fancy people, fancy chairs. And for the first time in my life, I felt like, oh, this is perfect. They know what they're doing. I'm gonna look handsome. That's what I thought. So, I met the barber who was gonna cut my hair. I told him, I trusted him because of the vibe. Just do whatever you want. Make me handsome. That's what I told him, and that's how I cursed myself. See, I'm gonna tell you one thing, okay? Doesn't matter what type of salon is that. Do whatever you want. You don't say that to a barber. It's forbidden. Even Voldemort was like, no, we don't say that thing here. Okay? And the thing is, barbers have way too much power in their hands. Their magic is irreversible. Again, ask Voldemort. Okay, so I spent 3 hours in that salon. He treated my hair better than he was treating me. And I don't know what type of surgeries he did that on my hair. I don't want to know. But, my hair was done. I saw my new haircut. I didn't like it. I did not like it. It was awful. Diabolically bad. So the thing was, I trusted that guy. Okay? With my life. I thought this guy has cut hair of thousands of people at this point. He works in such a fancy salon. So at this point, he would know. He would know what kind of haircut will go on a particular person, right? But no. He broke my trust. So, when he advised me to, you can say, perfectly straighten my hair, I thought I was going to look like one of those badass anime guys, whose one eye will be covered with my hair. But then I realized anime was different than the reality. Expectations were just reality. I was supposed to have a glow up. I ended up having a glow down. And it was time to pay. I saw the bill. 2.5k for a haircut. 2.5k for a haircut. Now some of you guys might be like, 2.5k is nothing. We pay more than that. See, the thing was, it was my daddy's money, okay? My daddy's money. And forget about the money, like, I would have paid him more than 2.5k, even 5k, if he had done a good job. But he created an abomination out of me. But I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about the bill. I was thinking about my hair. But it was time to go. So, I was going to open the door. But then I decided to look at my hair the last time, which was lying dead on the floor. And I had to give it the last goodbye. You were good to me, buddy. You were good to me. It was all my fault, buddy. All my fault. You only know you love her when you let it go. And you let it go. Then I went outside. But I'm a very, very optimistic person, okay? Sometimes delusional. So I thought, maybe I'm gonna look good once I wash my hair. So I reached my room, and my roommate opened the door while he was using his phone. Okay. But as soon as his eyes met my haircut, his expression entirely changed. What the? You got a new haircut? You got a new haircut? I said, yeah. You look good. Yeah. You look good. And there was the thing. I didn't even ask him how I was looking. That point right there, I knew I was cooked. But I thought maybe I'm gonna look good once I wash my hair. So I entered my bathroom. You know, it was a long shower. Okay, I massaged my hair properly, massaged my body properly. I came out of my bathroom, saw myself in the mirror. Not good. Not good. See, everything was going downhill right now. But now I had to go and meet my friends. And I was kind of nervous about meeting them because they liked my previous haircut. They liked my previous haircut. So I was nervous. So I called them and I was waiting for them. And they were 10 minutes late. And I'm going to tell you something about my friends. They are never late, okay? For example, you call them here to die in 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. They will reach here 2 minutes early. That's how punctual they are. So I got scared. I thought something must have happened to them. I called them and they were right in front of me. And they were looking for me as if I wasn't even there. So I waved at them. Yo. And their expressions told me everything. Yeah, but I still asked them, what happened, guys? Why were you guys late? They said, sorry, we didn't recognize you. It was getting weird. It was definitely getting weird. So I asked them, guys, how is this? And they were like, what is this? At this point, I knew I could not have redeemed myself. There was no redemption arc for me. But I still had to protect my pride because after all, I spent 2.5k on that haircut. So I was like, I mean, you know, it just maybe you guys are not used to seeing me in this way before. Maybe, you know, the whole day was going bad right now. And there's only one thing that I do when my day is going bad. I eat good food. So I usually go to this Korean restaurant and they have the best peri peri french fries as far as I know in my area. And the owners are pretty good friends of mine as well. So yeah. So I went to the counter to order my food and one of the owners was right there. I gave him a perfect handshake. And his first question was, you got a new haircut, huh? I said, yeah. Now he didn't say it was good or bad. He said, oh. I sat down and I was waiting for my food. Then the other owner came from behind and said, oh, sorry, I didn't recognize you. You got a new haircut, huh? I said, yeah. Same reply. Oh. I got my food. I, you know, took a bite of that tasty pepper French fries and took a sip of that delicious cappuccino. At least something was going there, right? No, absolutely not. Then the last customer left. The whole restaurant was empty. It was me and the owners. Hold on, I'm going to rephrase that. It was me versus the owners. So it was like, so I usually talk to them a lot whenever I go there. But that day, I just wanted to have my food. So it was like a movie showdown. One was seated in front of me and other was there. I was like, and my eyes were scanning both of them. Don't leave me alone. Leave me alone. And I was waiting for somebody to make the first move. So, the guy who sat in front of me. So, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good as well. So, you got a new haircut, huh? I said, yeah. And then he just kept staring at my hair. Nobody was saying anything. It was definitely getting weird. Definitely getting weird. So, just to break the ice, just to get the conversation going, I I asked him, so, how is this? My new haircut? And he was like, I mean, it's nice, but I like the previous one more. Now you guys might be like, at least he wasn't being disrespectful, right? Hold on. Wait a second. He started out nicely, but then, I mean, the sides, the front is good. The sides are weird, but the back side is awful. And at this point, I could not take it anymore. I I didn't have the endurance to do that. So I gave up and I finally backed down and admitted that yeah, I also don't like this haircut. This confession was the green light for both of them to bruise the shit out of me. And that guy could not have had a better start. He hit the jackpot with that question. So he asked, uh, how much did that cost you? 2.5k? 2.5k for this abomination? Whoa, what was the name of that salon? Thank God I've never been there. I'm not even gonna pass the street. Okay, I won't even Google the name. And all I could do was smile and nod. See, these experiences were fine. Like, but my nightmare was the reactions of the boys. And that nightmare was about to come true right now. Now I have to go to my classes. Yeah. So I was going towards my class. This girl saw me and she started fixing her hair. Whatever. Leave. So, one of the boys, like they were, like uh, two of my boys there. They were coming back from washroom and one of them saw me first. He saw me. He stopped moving. He froze. He covered his mouth. No! Then he ran towards the wall and hit his face. Dude was traumatized. And the other friend also joined him after a few seconds. This was a really good preparation for what was going to happen that day. So I braced myself, I reached my class, and I entered inside. Everybody was looking at me as expected. So this guy saw me and said, yo, what haircut is that? You look like those chapri boys from Instagram Reels. Yeah, that's how I got welcomed. the whole day was like that, the same look, and what haircut is that? But since I'm a very optimistic person, I thought maybe the next day will be good. So the next day, I decided to talk to my female friends because I thought maybe they would be less honest. Maybe. But I was proven wrong immediately. So all of them just had one question for me. Why? And that day I got to know how famous I was. At least 50 people told me, "You look ugly." They didn't even hold back. Day by day, I saw my demise. Day by day, I gaslighted myself with, I'm still good looking. It's just, they have never seen me in this way before. I'm different now. And humans are, scared of different things. They're scared of me. Day by day, I looked myself in the mirror and wondered, why did I do it? But after 3 months, I had to go back to my hometown after a year. And I did not want my parents to see me in that condition. Imagine they be like, 1 year in Bangalore for this? We spent so much money on you for this? We thought you had be a billionaire by now. But what is this? So I went to my old salon. See, as you guys know, my old salon is not a fancy salon. But I trust that guy. I know him very well. But this entire experience taught me one thing: to never say those forbidden words. So I just said 2 words to him: Bhaiya, medium. And then he gave me the perfect haircut for me. And guess how much did that cost? 75. 2.5k, 75. And as soon as he was done, I saw my aura coming back to me. Suddenly I was 6 feet tall. I had 6-pack abs and 6 inches long. I was confident again, okay? Confident. I could finally enter a cafe and imagine that girls were actually looking at me. See, you gotta gaslight yourself. Thank you.